Hello everybody! Today's video is a tutorial over this look right here. This is for Drinking Alone from Carrie. Ugh, I'm so tired of sitting here. But I really like the way this look turned out. I wasn't in love with it at first, but I think it turned out really pretty, and you could definitely substitute the red lip for something a little bit more neutral if you wanted to keep up with the whole soft glam theme. But make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and don't forget to hit my notification bell so you don't miss out on a single upload that Bean and I post. Yep, that Bean and I post. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, sorry guys, not traditionally how I film videos, but for some reason my camera is having issues with the memory card now. I know, I feel like past 2 months all I've had is issues with my Canon. I love my Canon, but it's been a pain in my ass for a couple months. It's starting to get to me. So I literally just had this whole thing done, and I get a little notification on my camera that says memory card error for the 4th time today. But this time it decided to delete all the footage I had. So I had to take off the makeup and start all over. So I'm a little irritated, but that's okay. We are gonna move past it because I got a lot of shit to get done today. So we're gonna start with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. Primer eyes today. I'm also not going to zoom you in any further because as last time it happened, it's because I zoomed you in and then it randomly had a memory card error, and I don't know why. And I looked it up on Google, and all it said is to turn the camera off and then take the memory card out and put the memory card back in. Well, I already did that because that was the 4th time it's happened today, and I mean yeah, and then it said to swap memory cards because something's wrong with the memory card. Fun fact for you, this is the only memory card I have for a Canon, so we're gonna have to try to make it work, and hopefully nothing funky happens. So we have our eye primed now, and the eyeshadow palette I'm going to use today has been discontinued. It was limited edition, and you guys know that I like to use things that have been discontinued, things that I already have, because I did purchase them, so I'm going to use them. Whether you agree with that or not. Some people don't like when people use limited edition discontinued things, but I personally don't mind it, because if I like the look, I'll recreate it with something I have. So I do have a recommendation here for the colors I'm going to use today for something sort of similar. So this is the Too Faced White Chocolate Bar Palette. It looks like this, and the inside is this. It's a really pretty, cool toned palette. It's a very light, unique color story. I don't think I have another palette that looks exactly like this. It's very pretty. So for the colors I'm going to use today, you could use the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. It's very similar. This is a more neutral toned palette. I mean, it's not exact, and it doesn't have a black with glitter in it, but really you could substitute the black for this dark brown here, which is probably something I would normally do because I prefer brown over black, but that's just me. So I'm going to start using the shade Cookie Dough. It's the shade right here. It's a satin color. It's a very light brown with some gold flecks of glitter, and I'm gonna take that on this brush here. If I can take off the cat hair that's been all over it. I'm gonna pack that on all over the lid. I mean all over. This look is very soft, so if you like soft glam, this look will be perfect for you. It's a very soft, pretty easy, but it's still very, you know, it's very glam and it's very pretty, and I like the simplicity of it. I originally thought the look was too simple. I thought it was too boring, but I mean, it has grown on me a little bit more. I've worn it, and I do think it's pretty. I think once the foundation and everything is on, I think it'll be really pretty, and I think that it'll be really nice soft glam. So I'm going to take the shade Chocolate Syrup, which is this neutral purpley brown right here. It's a very cool tone neutral. It's like on that fine line of being cool tone or neutral toned. I'm gonna take that and put that in my crease as well. This is one of my most used shades in this whole palette, which is weird because I normally wouldn't go for shades like this. This isn't something that I normally would use, but still very pretty. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna take the shade Smoked Sea Salt, which is this one right here. I'm gonna put that in my crease to deepen it up, give the look a little bit more dimension. Ready. Then I'm going to take just a little bit more cookie dough and tack that on all over. I'm assuming I use the same type of brush when I use cookie dough because it has very intense like wire cut marks in it, almost like they look like wire, but obviously it's not, and that's a very stiff like prickly brush. So the next task is where my camera cut off last time. Actually, it was I finished this and I was doing something else, but this is what the camera got last time. So I'm going to take the shade Black Sugar, which is the black in here. It's a black with like purple blue glitter in it. I don't know if you guys can see the glitter with the mirrored backing. I don't think so, but it is there. So there are a bunch of different brands that do black glitter eyeshadows. I mean, Morphe has one, Urban Decay has one, I'm pretty sure ColourPop has one. ColourPop has like every color ever. Makeup Geek has one. There's a ton. So because I recommended the Going Coconuts palette just because it has similar type of tones to everything else that I have used besides the black, it doesn't have the black in it. However, I'm pretty sure that ColourPop has a black, like a sparkly black shade. So I'm gonna take it, I'm just gonna do like a winged out eyeshadow instead of eyeliner type look. I'm just gonna like draw a wing and like flick it up very gently with my brush here. I really don't know how to explain it because it's not really like a typical eyeshadow wing. It's kind of a little bit softer than that. I don't know if you guys can see on this eye, but that is what I'm doing. So I'll probably just put music over this part because it's gonna take me a while to do this, but you guys can definitely watch as I'm doing it.
Stay the night when you're standing there in your underwear and my t-shirts from the night before, with your messed up hair and your feet still bare. Would you mind closing the bedroom door? Baby, you don't have to rush. You can leave a toothbrush at my place, at my place. We don't need to keep it hush. You can leave a toothbrush at my place, at my place. Oh, I just can't let you go. Give me something I never know. So baby,
I'm going to take the e.l.f. Happy Hydration Cream and I'm gonna put that on my face.
baby, you don't have to rush. You can leave a toothbrush
also going to take the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. I'm still deciding if I like this product or not. I feel like because it says oil, I feel like I should love it because I'm dry, but truthfully, I'm not sold on it. Like, I don't hate it. Like, it's not the worst product I've ever used, but it's not my favorite either, which is a shame because, you know, I'm dry and you would think that something like this I would absolutely love and I'd be like, heck yeah, like that is my jam, but it's just not. And I really wish it was because I feel like it would look so pretty, and I love the way that it gives like a nice sheen. It's not super glittery, but I just don't love it. And you know, it's kind of a shame. But I got this in a BoxyCharm a couple months ago and I wasn't really sold on it then, and I'm still not really sold on it now. I mean, it definitely gives a glow to my skin, but I mean, to me, it's nothing changing. Like, I have other primers that give me a similar glow that I like more than this, so it's just not my cup of tea. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but that's what I'm using. I am going to try a new foundation today. This is the last new foundation that I currently have. I know, it's the last one. It's taking me a long time to get through them all, but I finally have reached the end. This is the Almay Skin Perfecting Comfort Matte Foundation, which I'm not certain if I will love because it is matte, but it says Comfort Matte, and there are some matte foundations that I do like this one. The first one that I see here is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I do like this quite a lot. I don't wear it all that often, but I do like it. I do have it in my collection. I like that. I also like this guy that I just threw. This is the NYX Total Control. This is a very matte foundation, and it's one of my favorites. If I moisturize before using this product looks beautiful. So I like that one as well. I like the L'Oreal Infallible Matte. There are some other ones over there that I like as well. But I've also tried plenty of matte foundations that I don't like. So I am trying this. I'm going to do something that I don't like to do. I'm going to mix products, which could be a bad idea because this is matte and I haven't used it before. But the product I'm mixing it with, I think I'm going to mix it with this. I'm only going to do a little bit of this because I think I might try to actually highlight with this, but I'm afraid it's going to be too dark, which is why I'm going to use it to mix in. This is the Iconic London Illuminator. This is just in the shade Original. I've had this for months. And I was going to save it for a giveaway, but I actually did a poll on my Instagram, and because of COVID and everything, we decided as a group collectively on my Instagram to wait to do a giveaway, and I'm gonna try this out and then see how it goes from there. I think it's gonna be way too dark, which is a shame because I see people use this all the time, and I hope it works for me. So the Almay is in the shade 100 Cool Ivory. Lightweight feel, buildable coverage, blurs, look of pores, fine lines, and imperfections is all it says. So I'm assuming it's a light coverage that may be more towards medium, but it doesn't have a pump, which is annoying, but you know, I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the back of my hand. That's probably way too much. I don't love foundations without a pump. I do use them, like I have the Maybelline ones, I have this Almay one, but I don't love them. I feel like they can be a little bit of a hassle sometimes, especially to put on. So I'm just gonna put one drop of this Iconic London thing in there. Already it's breaking up the foundation, so we're off to a good start. This is a lot of foundation, like a lot of foundation. I probably have like look at that, that's way too much. I probably have way too much, but if it's light coverage, it should work okay. It just kind of kept coming out of the bottle, so you can definitely see the glitters from the Iconic London product in there. I don't love mixing foundations. I don't like to do it, like, really, I don't. It's something I think everybody else does, except for me. I just don't like to do it. I think it's a little messy, and I think it can be a little bit wasteful as well, but you know, I wanted to try both these products out in this video, so we're gonna pull this out and hopefully it works well. I will definitely let you know.
Would you mind closing the bedroom door? Baby, you don't have to rush. You can leave a toothbrush at my place. At my place. We don't need to keep it hush. You can leave a toothbrush at my place. At my place. Oh, I just can't let you go. Give me something I never know. So baby, you don't have to rush.
So that was definitely way too much foundation. I just had to wipe the rest of that off on a makeup wipe because it was literally leaking down the side of my hand. Finish wise, it's pretty. I mean, yes, I did alter the finish slightly with the drops. So, yeah, it's pretty. It's definitely like a semi-matte with those drops. So I think it would definitely be a matte foundation without them. I will try the foundation again on its own because I feel like right now it's emphasizing a lot of texture and pores and things like that, which this foundation specifically said it does not do that. But glittery type of illuminators and things like that do enhance pores, so that could be the illuminated drops. I'm getting this foundation everywhere. So I'm gonna try it again. I don't hate it with the drops, but I think I need to try it again on its own to get a fair comparison of whether or not I like the foundation. I do like it right now, but I think maybe I like it a little bit more without these little dudes. So I will put this guy over here with the rest of my foundations, all 5 million of them, and we will try this dude later as well to highlight with. We will put this underneath the highlighter that we have pulled out. Hopefully it works well. I'm thinking it's gonna be way too dark, but you know, I don't actually know that. I'm just assuming. So we will try it and see. So for concealer, I am going to take this dude. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade Fair Porcelain. I do like this concealer. I like the concealers with typically that have really big doe foot applicators, and this one is massive. I feel like this came in style after Shape Tape. I think that was like the first one that had a really big doe foot like this, and I typically like them. I like this one. My favorite one with the really big doe foot is probably the e.l.f. 16 Hour. That one is my personal favorite. I think it just looks the best on my skin. But I do like the CoverGirl one. I like the L'Oreal one. I've never actually tried Shape Tape, so I don't actually have opinions on that one. It's very difficult to do because I did blend out that eyeshadow pretty far, so I need to kind of focus on this. But it's really, really pretty. This concealer does settle a little bit, so I would recommend setting it because it does settle and define lines. It is very brightening, so if you're fair like me and you have a hard time finding a brightening concealer, this one definitely does brighten, but it does settle, so you have to kind of find the perfect in between. So I am going to be using a loose powder today that I used a lot like the first year of my channel, but I haven't really touched it much since. Mainly because I found a ton of other loose powders that I like way more than this, but I haven't used it in forever and I still have it, so I figured why not use it. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Translucent. This dude is like $5 and it's huge. I mean, absolutely massive. It does have a very strong scent, but I wore this to both of my proms and you know, it worked. So if you are looking for a loose powder learn to bake or just to set your under eyes with, this is a really nice powder. It does have very strong scent. If you do go too heavy, it will flash back. So that is something to keep in mind. You have to go a little bit lighter. You can set, I just wouldn't recommend baking a whole lot with this, because it will flash back. Another thing about this powder that I have noticed over the years is that it definitely enhances dryness. So that's something I didn't actually notice when I first used it, because I was unfamiliar with loose powders and didn't really have any others that I have really used all that much. So I was just like, okay, well, that's like how they all are. And most of them do, yes, enhance dryness. But I do have 3 powders that I absolutely love that really don't do that. So it's really just this one. It gets the job done, but I think for this foundation I probably should not have chose this, but I'm scared to use it because it's matte. But like I said, I pulled it out, we're gonna use it. This is the Winky Lux Diamond Powder in the shade Light. That foundation is slightly tacky. Whew. That was quite a bit of kick up in there. Slightly tacky, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and set, like, I literally picked up the smallest amount of this because I am already incredibly matte, and I'm not setting like the cheekbone, I'm leaving that alone. I'm just kind of setting the jawline and beneath and my forehead. I am going to put that cream highlighter on my brow bone, or my cheekbone, so I don't want to set that. So now let's get back into this. I'm really scared, so if it's too dark, we'll just continue with the video, okay? Like nothing happened, all right? So we'll just roll with it. But I'm really scared. I'm not even dropping it. I'm literally just putting 3 little things, and hopefully it's good. I think it's too dark, because I mean, it looks pretty from the side, but when I look forward, you can totally see that this is, like, you can see it perfectly on my cheek. So it's definitely too dark. I'm gonna try to go over it with my makeup sponge a little bit and hopefully blend it in just a smidge, because yeah, you can really see it. It's right there. I mean, it looks like it's unblended even though it is blended, because it doesn't really, it's too dark for my skin. So we'll make both sides match, but this product, that one's really close to my lower lash line, but you know, we'll just go with it. It is too deep for me, which is frustrating. I did get this in a BoxyCharm, and I did customize my BoxyCharm, so I put in that I was like fair and stuff, but I still got this. This side is getting very messy. I'm blending this out terribly. Not for me, so I'm actually gonna take that Winky Lux powder again and just take a very small amount of this and just tap over that highlighter. I'm trying to, I mean, obviously I'm not gonna magically fix it, make it magically lighter, but I'm trying to hide the fact that it's like 2 shades too dark. So if you had darker skin than me, you would probably love that highlighter. It's pretty, but it's definitely not meant for me. So we'll move on. I'm going to contour using the Wet n Wild contouring palette in the shade Dolce di Leche, and I'm going to take the darker side. I do love this product. This product I've used a lot. Sorry, I have to lean over and get some brushes so I can do this. I pull down the eye brushes when I start filming, but I leave the rest. So I'm going to contour with this.
Next time we meet, I know you're coming home with me, sweat like a sauna, break out the ice, stay the night. When you're standing there in your underwear and my t-shirts from the night before, with your messed up hair and your feet still bare, would you mind closing the bedroom door?
So that's done. I'm gonna take a little bit of this brush and I'm just gonna take the lighter side and hopefully lighten. I'm gonna take this. This is the Tarte Park Ave Princess Bronzer. It's this one. It's the, I guess it's the normal one. It looks like this. I really like these bronzers. I really like Tarte bronzers in general. And I'm gonna take this. I chose this one because the foundation was a little bit more matte, but the highlighter is, you know, too deep, and this is a little bit on the orangier side, so I think my cheeks are gonna look muddy, but that's okay. Like I said, I already had all these products picked out and I'm gonna stick with them because I plan my music and makeup looks most of the time, unless I'm doing like a review over a palette or something, like months in advance. So I've had this look planned for a long time. So we are going to stick with the original plan as best we can. A beanie. And hopefully we'll get something that looks somewhat decent and presentable. Because I don't think the look isn't terrible. Hey! The look isn't terrible. The face though is not my cup of tea. It's just not. It's too, what are you doing? It's too matte and it's, you know, that highlighter is just, it's too deep for me. Yeah, my face is definitely too matte right now. I'm not a fan of the finish at all, but that is okay. So we will take, this is the Too Faced Let It Snow Girl Winter Collection from 2019. And it's just like the blush part. Yeah, you don't need this whole snowman for this. I'm going to take, yeah, the shade Christmas Dream, which is this one right here. It's a little bit of a deeper color than what I would normally go for. But that is the color, because our eyes are so simple today. We can go a little bit more dramatic on the cheeks, which was the original plan. But I mean, this foundation, it's not looking terrible. I mean, I've definitely looked worse on my channel, like for sure. I've definitely used products that have made me look worse, but it's not my favorite right now. I can't say it's just the foundation. I'm not a fan of that highlighter. I think it's really the highlighter that's throwing me off, because I have the highlighter on as well, and the highlighter is too dark, and it's kind of almost doing funky things. Like I don't like the way my skin is currently looking, and that's a shame. I really think it's just that highlighter. I think it's the highlighter that's throwing me off because it's so deep, but that is okay. So, brush. We'll take this. This is the Wet n Wild Center Stage Collection 2 Reflect Shimmer Palette. They still have these on their website. They're just under a different name. I will leave them linked down below. This one's in the shade Rosé Champagne Glow. This was a collab with Fergie. This was my jam back in the day. I had all three of these. Now I only have the two lighter ones. I got rid of the bronzier one, even though I could use it as a bronzer. I got rid of it. I'm gonna put that on to lighten that highlighter. It's a really pretty highlighter, this is. It's a really pretty, and I'm gonna put it down my nose. It's definitely on the more subtle side. So if you don't like really intense highlighters, you'd probably love this. And I also like to take just a little bit of this. If my foundation, I feel like my foundation is too matte, I will take a little bit of this on a big powder brush. Just tap it in and just tap it all over my face, because it's such a fine powder. It doesn't leave you looking all funky. So I like to use that. I'm going to take the shade Smoked Sea Salt. I'm gonna put that across my lower lash line. I'm also a little afraid that if I zoom out my camera's gonna do funky things again, so I'm just gonna leave you where you are. I guess I could lean forward just a smidge. I'm putting it across my lower lash line. Very close to the lash line. I'm trying not to drag it down too far. And then we're gonna take chocolate syrup and blend that out just a little. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of cake batter, which is the shade right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's that one. My camera's, there we go. It's a very light brown. It's very, very pretty. This palette smells delicious. It smells like chocolate. This shade is just to make sure everything's nice and blended, really. It's nothing, it doesn't really add a whole lot to the look. It's just a nice little blending shade that I like to use. That highlighter is throwing me off, y'all. Not a fan. That is, okay. We will recover. So, for mascara, I think I'm gonna use this one. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I am dropping everything today. This is the second video I'm filming, and in the first video I dropped everything as well. Like I'm a mess. So for lips, I'm going to first line my lips using the Revlon Color Stay lip liner in the shade Red, and then I'm going to use the Katy Perry CoverGirl Katy Cat Matte Lipstick in the shade Crimson Cat. I love these lipsticks. They've been discontinued. I'm 98% sure. I don't think they're still available on Ulta. I know they're not available in Walmart anymore. I love these lipsticks. I'm gonna be very upset if they have been removed because I love these. I love these. I have, I think, 4 of them. I love them. So I'm gonna do that, and then we will be back. Alright everybody, that's it for drinking alone. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. And I will see you in my next video.